So today is part 6 of the series on growing desert plants. Now what we're going to work on today is growing desert broom. Now desert broom, as you can see, desert broom is a weed. Most people don't like it. It's very difficult to get rid of. I mean, it grows really well. And if you water it, it will stay thick. Now, a lot of people have oleanders in their yard, and oleanders are a weed as well. Very invasive if you want to get them in the wrong place and all of that. So, I have 4 desert broom. I picked them about 8 o'clock this morning. I pulled them up, and it's about 3 in the afternoon now. Now, as you can see, this one I didn't have in water, and I don't know how well this one's going to do. So that's an experiment in like how long I can keep them without water. These I've kept in water the whole time. Now, I don't know that that's going to make any difference. I wrapped them in a towel. That's kind of nasty. So what we're going to do is we're going to plant all of these, and we're going to plant them in containers that don't allow for water to get out, because I really want to keep the roots wet. I know with things like this, they grow super fast. And what we're going to do is we're going to take 2 of them that have been in water, right? And then we're going to take one that's been in water and one hasn't. We're going to plant them in the same containers. And then we're going to mark which ones are which, and we're going to put them outside and follow their progress. I'm a big fan of repurposing things. And so today I'm going to repurpose these plastic food containers, sherbet. And I'm going to reuse some potting soil that I had for plants that didn't grow. And what we're going to do, this stuff needs to be saturated. It doesn't really like to take water too well. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to put these in here. And you can grow whatever you want in whatever you want, I guess, but I'm going to reuse these. The soil's still good. Didn't really do anything. And what I like to do in this case is, get a little dirty and take your water and dump your water in there and let it saturate the soil. So now this is the one that was out of water, just driving around all day with it. And I'm going to mark it with just a D. I'll just put dry, so that way I know that one's the one that was dry. And then this other one, I'm going to go ahead and just put it in here on the other side over here. So we've got 2 of these in here, and then I'm going to fill the rest of it up with the sand, or not the sand, I always say that, but with the dirt, and all the way to the top. And we'll make sure that we keep these watered. So we'll go ahead and we'll pack these down nice. Keeping them nice and moist. You'll see these growing up along the side of the road, and they grow really well there. So there we go. And that's the first set, and we're going to see how well those do. Now we're going to pack up this second set. Okay. Now we're going to put these. Now a lot of times with these desert plants, once this taproot breaks, that's it for them. They don't last. And I know that with mesquites, I've tried a bunch of times to get mesquite to grow after digging them up. Even the real tiny ones, they don't grow. That's the end of it. Once that root is cut, or once their root system is broken up, they're not really super hardy. And this is just an experiment to see if these can be transplanted, because some of the other stuff can't be. So I'm going to go ahead and just douse them down with a little bit more water, and I'm going to put them outside, and we're going to see. Now you can see the ends here are all starting to, the ends are starting to wither a little bit. But hopefully getting them filled with water will be all it takes. So day 24, day number 1 on the desert broom. This is day 25 of the overall project, and I've run into a little bit of a snag. It seems that 2 of the original ones, I put 14 in the ground, and 2 of the original ones don't seem to be doing well, or they're dead, and all of the second 7 I put in are not doing well. I think the problem possibly could be that the water that was coming out of the hose was too hot. So we're going to address that. But what I'm going to do now is 2 things. I put fresh water. This is week 1, and there's another one from week 1. Some of these have some decent roots and some don't. And remember, these are the ends of the branches that I said not to use really. I'm going to pick through. There's a couple of these that I think I will use, and the rest I probably won't. And these are the main stalks from week 2. And they're rooting very well. So I think I'm going to plant some of these. What I am going to do on the older ones, the ones that have been for 3 weeks, I'm going to put brand new water in there so that I think that maybe part of the reason these may not be rooting is because all the nutrients have been taken out of the water. So on the older ones, I'm going to replace the water to get them some new nutrients. And see if that helps with the rooting on this one, because we're about 50-50 on roots versus non-roots. And I'm probably, like I said, I'm going to pick some of these out. Like this one seems to be pretty good. And I may just put 2 or 3 in each spot where they're not really growing, these. And then I'll put a second one of these stalks. I'll put a second one in the holes where they are growing. And then I'm going to update the water, and so we'll go from there. So these are the week 1 all new water, and we're going to see if that changes anything in the way that these root. Week 2 I have over there, and some of week 1 I have over there, and I'm going to go plant those. And these are week 3, 18 days, and the water still looks good. They're still rooting. So now we're going to go take a look at what's going on out in the yard, and we can get a better idea, hopefully, of what's happening there. Fortunately, if you look at these, the leaves are all withering. Some of them look like they may be making some type of a comeback, but some of them probably aren't going to. So what I'm going to do here, like this one I think is gone, and this one is also gone. And then over here at the beginning, like this one is gone, I think, and so is this one. But if you look at these, doing really well, growing really nice. This one especially, really nice. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to plant new ones right in there next to those. So I added shoots that were grown, I think I want to say on the 9th, to the originals here that weren't growing. And we'll make sure that we keep the water cool, and we'll go ahead and we'll water those. These are the 2 from the originals that died. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to do these as well. See how those work.